I doubt, therefore I think, therefore I am. Thanks for joining me, guys. This is Julio Jaques, the Theorizing Theorist. And today we're going to be doing something a little different. I want to go over a comment that was made in one of my videos, and it was a wonderful comment, might I add, talking about reality and things that we believe. Some of y'all have heard of René Descartes, I guess, and his wonderful theory of I think, therefore I am, or I doubt, therefore I think, therefore I am. And his full breakdown on reality and what we really know. If you ask me, everything is a theory. There are no facts that we can conclusively point to. And René Descartes knew that way back when. So before I continue, I want to show you this video from René Descartes, or about René Descartes, I should say, just to kind of give you guys a background, some of y'all a background into who he is and what he is about. Now, this video is going to trip some of y'all out, I hope, and break some of y'all's brains, I hope, and get y'all to really think out loud and to yourselves and be honest with yourselves. So let's continue. Vividness Vivi's Mess says, well, that must be peculiar coincidence, and she's talking about the flu video I put up. The saddest part is that millions of people, sheeple, worldwide are brainwashed enough to actually believe the MSM, mainstream media. I don't believe that there is such a thing as COVID-19 or flu or any so-called viruses at all, for that matter. It is germ theory, keyword being theory. I don't partake in self-harming or submission rituals. No face diaper, no probing, nasal or otherwise, and no needle rape for me. I will never surrender my soul and will do anything for anything. I walk in truth and joy and loving compassion. I don't blame the sleeping for being asleep. We all have our own waking up time. I am so grateful to be able to go through this journey with the calmness and confidence that comes from knowing, seeing, seeking, and continuously learning the truth of things. Greetings and love to everyone and to all from Denmark. Well, greetings to you, Denmark. And my response to that was, love your openness and theories, fellow theorist. My main channel is called The Theorizing Theorist. Now, if you guys didn't know that, please go and subscribe to that channel after this video. I will be posting some more excellent videos like this over there, a little more in the, I guess, theoretical side, let's just say. I also included I love Descartes, and the reason I said that is because Descartes has that theory of theories, let's just say, and it says, I say Descartes because of I think, therefore I am. In other words, what isn't a theory? So she goes, thanks, I know, been sub for a while to both your channels. I haven't really read books for many years now and haven't worked hard on deprogramming have worked hard on deprogramming from a lot of the books read in the past. But thinking about it now, yes, I suppose I am actually very Descartesian in my perception of stuff, lol, thanks. So, and I just think, people think they know, like, for instance, an easy example would be flat earth, stuff that the knowledge that we're, born with, I guess, and that's another Descartes theory, the God-given knowledge that we're born with and stuff that we learn through our environment, through our upbringing. Anyway, I continue. I'm going to make a video with our conversation highlighted. So happy to have people like you in my life. Makes this place feel a little less lonely. Much love to you. Merry Christmas Eve. So let's go watch this video about Descartes.
Descartes was a 17th century French philosopher who is considered to be the father of modern philosophy and is famous for his quote, cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. But why did Descartes say this in the first place? Was he just stating the obvious? Does his saying have some deeper meaning? Was he the first Frenchman to realise that he was thinking? To find the answer to these questions, we first have to take a look at something called global skepticism. Global skepticism is the idea that all beliefs can be doubted. This even includes beliefs which to many of us would seem odd to doubt, such as I have a body and 2 + 2 = 4. A global skeptic is certainly not someone you would want to eat lunch with. Descartes disagrees with global skepticism and sets out to prove that we can be certain about what we consider to be true. To start, Descartes wonders what would actually give him reason to doubt all of his beliefs. He concludes that it takes an all-powerful evil demon whose sole purpose is to trick him into thinking that all of his beliefs are true when really they are not. Given the almighty power of the demon, he even deceives Descartes of beliefs that are considered to be more secure. For example, all squares have 4 sides. In order to show that we can be certain about our beliefs, Descartes states that he must prove that without a doubt, the demon does not exist. Descartes begins this by moving all beliefs that he has of the table of certainty into the bin, assuming that they are all false because they are created by this evil demon. In other words, he denies his entire existence and the existence of everything else in order to start afresh, but this time only adding beliefs to the table that he can truly be certain of. After some thoughts, such as, I am hungry, I wish there was some food on this table, Descartes concludes that he can only be certain of one belief, and that is, I am thinking. This is because nothing, not even an all-powerful evil demon, can make him doubt that he is thinking, since to doubt that you are thinking would be thinking in itself. From here, Descartes now reasons that because it is true that I am thinking, then it must also be true that I exist. After all, my thoughts must come from somewhere, Descartes would say. Therefore, at this moment, we can only be certain of 2 beliefs, which are I am thinking and I exist. Hence the famous quote, I think, therefore I am. Monsieur Descartes now considers how he could further add to the table of certainty. After a painfully long think, Descartes finally figures that the belief the mind can exist separate from the body can also not be doubted. He comes to this conclusion by realising that his conscious collection of thoughts and feelings can be considered a separate entity to his body, given that he can conceive that he is thinking and that he exists before he has proved that he even owns a body. Basically, Descartes is saying that the mind is a thinking, non-physical thing, which is completely different to the body, which is a physical, non-thinking, therefore meaning that they can exist without each other. However, so far, Descartes has only proved that he is a thinking thing, and has not yet shown that his perceptual beliefs are without a doubt, therefore meaning that Descartes cannot even be sure that there exists any physical objects or anything other than himself exists at all. It could be the case that Descartes is just a collection of thoughts that has no body, and that the demon is just deceiving him into thinking that the whole world around him that he senses is real, when really it is not. A modern example of this could be related to the Matrix. How do you know that the world you are sensing really exists, and you're not just plugged into a supercomputer that is manipulating your thoughts by making you think that the world it has created is real? Don't worry, because Descartes has the red pill to this problem. This is because, while trying to build upon the beliefs that he can so far be certain of, Descartes finds the concept of a perfect being, aka God. God, being a perfect being, has perfection in all of his qualities, therefore being all-powerful, all-knowing and all-good. René Descartes then furthers this point by questioning whether the concept of a god is a reliable one to hold. In other words, he is questioning whether such a being actually exists. To start, Descartes notes that he himself is not a perfect being. After all, he is capable of making mistakes, and is not at all all-knowing. Descartes then reasons that because he is imperfect, he could not conceive of perfection himself, since perfection can only come from perfection, therefore meaning that the God he conceives of must be the source of this concept. Get ready to take that red pill, because Descartes now finally concludes that as God is all-knowing, all-powerful and all-good, he would not allow the existence of an evil demon that deceives Descartes into sensing a world that is not real. The existence of God also now allows Descartes to justify many other beliefs that he has had, therefore allowing Descartes to restore those beliefs that he had previously chucked into the bin back onto the table of certainty. Descartes thus concludes that the demon does not exist, and that he can finally be certain of many fundamental beliefs that he has, therefore showing that global skeptics are wrong to think that everything can be doubted. However, if Descartes had lived long enough to hear the responses of John Locke, David Hume, Friedrich Nietzsche, Immanuel Kant, Bernard Williams, Søren Kierkegaard, Pierre Gazon, and many others as they tore apart his work, the foundation of all his certainty, then maybe he would not have been so assured.
So let me ask you guys a question. When you die, or if you die, when you get to heaven, if you get to heaven, would you question God if he were to tell you the earth is flat? Now, I use the earth is flat as an easy example of things that we believe to be true and untrue, like the world is a globe, right? So you get to heaven and God says, or you ask God, hey God, why did everybody think the world was a globe? And God goes, oh, or you know what I'm saying, you ask God, why does everybody think the earth was flat? And God goes, oh, it is flat. Would you really sit there and try to explain science to God? Let me ask you that. Or would you stop and think? Would you actually stop and think to yourself, oh, okay, let me see, what did I miss? Who lied to me over there? Who deceived me? How was I deceived? Or would you say God is deceiving you? Obvious answer, you would just believe God at that point, right? Now I implore all of y'all to really take to heart the message of what is real. Now people tell me, am I afraid of death? And I usually tell them no. I'm not afraid of death. I don't believe in death. I've never died before. Have you? And people laugh at me like I'm an idiot. But, you know, if you believe in simulation theory and you believe in, you know, it could be anything, a dream. There's 1,000 different things that it could be. And ultimately, Descartes comes to the realization, and that's why I believe in heaven and even Jesus Christ and even things like that, but not like y'all. You understand? I only believe in Jesus through God. You see what I'm saying? I don't believe in God through Jesus. Do you get how that works? So in other words, I believe God is so powerful and so amazing and can do anything at will, at his whim or its whim. And since it could do anything, it could do crazy things like create, you know, the devil or Christ or Buddha or Muhammad, or do all these crazy things, even create a globe earth or a flat earth or, you know, aliens, no aliens. That's just my opinion. I'm just a theorizing theorist. Please be sure to subscribe, like, share, follow, all that good stuff. Help me get the word out. Help me get my message out. And please comment below your theories and your thoughts and email me at anallamericancartelllc@gmail.com. And as always, to God be the glory.